Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Young and restless, Teriah may not survive Mariah's devastating secret. Everything is falling apart. Without giving too much away, we can report that it's not looking good for Mariah and Tessa's marriage this week on Young and Restless. Adding fuel to the fire? A tease straight from head honcho Josh Griffith. Struggling is an understatement for what's been going on with Mariah since she returned from a fateful business trip for Cassidy first. She returned as a broken human, basically, and confided in her mother, Sharon, that she had done something so horrible that she feared her marriage to Tessa wouldn't survive it, when Sharon seemed to suggest she might be overreacting, and that whatever the transgression, she would be able to work through it with her wife. Mariah stopped her cold by informing her mother she could never tell Tessa what she'd done. Even worse, Mariah scared Sharon silly when she told her that what she'd done was far, far worse than just cheating or a one-night stand. Our imaginations ran wild after she uttered those words, especially when she began having chilling flashbacks of an older man she encountered whilst drunk in the hotel bar. Our conclusion? Well, find out why we think Mariah's secret is tied to Ian Ward here. Mariah managed to convince Sharon to join Nick on his trip to Nice, France to meet the mysterious Aristotle Dumas, which means there is no one to talk sense to her, aside from Tessa, who has been utterly unable to break through the wall that Mariah has put up between them since the dreaded incident. Young and Restless head writer Josh Griffith, in a recent chat with Soaps, previewed, as Mariah tries to keep it together, everything is falling apart. In a heads-up for Teriah fans, he also warned, her marriage is right in the center of this emotional storm. Indeed, this spoiler photo doesn't look promising. Can Mariah and Tessa get through this? Some fans see the upheaval as a setup for Tessa and Daniel, who have been growing closer, to take their friendship to another, more physical, level. But it's also possible that she will simply lean on Daniel for emotional support in much the same way she has helped him in the wake of Heather's death. Ultimately, Griffith left us with a question: will Tessa find a way to pull Mariah back from this devastating dynamic? The answer remains to be seen. On screen, they've survived more than most couples: a kidnapping, a surrogate pregnancy, multiple family conflicts, and battles for acceptance in a town where everyone has secrets. But off the shimmering surface of domestic bliss, the young and the restless Mariah Copeland and Tessa Porter, affectionately dubbed Teriah by fans, are about to face their most harrowing test yet, and this time, the fallout may be too much to bear. Insiders confirm that the fan-favorite couple, played by Cameron Grimes and Kate Fairbanks, are at the center of an upcoming arc that threatens to permanently unravel their relationship. At the heart of it is a secret so painful, so personal, that even those closest to the story in the writer's room are calling it the most emotionally raw Teriah arc we've ever written. While CBS and YNR producers are keeping the full truth under wraps for now, early spoilers, and heartbreaking hints dropped by Cameron Grimes herself, confirm that the secret involves something from Mariah's past, something buried, and now unearthed. There's a moment where she realizes that everything she's built with Tessa, the life, the family, the trust, might collapse in an instant, Grimes says. It's like the floor disappears beneath her. A love story like no other. When YNR introduced Mariah and Tessa as a potential couple in 2017, it made history. Teriah became the first same-sex romance on the show, and over the years, fans have embraced their journey not just as a progressive landmark but as one of the most grounded, authentic love stories on Daytime. Their bond has always been about more than just romance. They've supported each other through trauma, loss, and self-discovery. When Tessa's music career took off, Mariah was there cheering her on. When Mariah was kidnapped and forced to give birth alone, Tessa was the first to bring her home. Now, with the couple raising their adopted daughter Aria and adjusting to parenthood, everything looked perfect on the surface, until now. The secret, what we know according to sources close to the show, Mariah's secret is tied to something she did, or failed to do, before she met Tessa. But it's not an affair. And it's not criminal, it's emotional, one insider confirms. It's rooted in who Mariah was, before she knew who she is. That's consistent with hints dropped during recent episodes. Mariah has been unusually distant, brushing off affection, and suddenly prone to silence when Tessa brings up future plans for expanding their family. A particularly haunting scene aired last week, when Mariah stared at a photo of Aria and whispered, "I promised I'd never let this happen again." Fans immediately began speculating the leading theory? Mariah once gave up a child of her own, and if that's true, it would explain everything. Could Mariah have a biological child she never spoke about? Soap logic would allow it. Mariah was introduced in 2014 as a mysterious lookalike of the late Cassie Newman, also played by Grimes. She was raised by cult leader Ian Ward in chaos, manipulation, and lies. Her early life, even her teens and early adulthood, remains a narrative gap ripe for drama, and let's not forget, before Genoa City, Mariah was drifting. Her past is murky by design. A lost child twist wouldn't just shake her relationship with Tessa, it could ripple across the entire canvas of Y and R. According to one theory gaining traction online, Mariah may have had a baby as a teenager, during her time under Ian Ward's control. The child may have been taken from her, or worse, she may have chosen to give the child up to protect them from a life like hers. It would explain her protective instincts, her emotional connection to surrogate pregnancy, and her quiet fears. About parenthood, Cameron Grimes speaks, "This will change Teriah forever." In a recent interview with Soap Opera Digest, Cameron Grimes didn't shy away from the gravity of the upcoming storyline. "What's coming is deeply painful for Mariah. And by extension, for Tessa," she said. "This isn't something either of them saw coming. And the fallout is seismic." Grimes added that the scenes were some of the hardest she's ever filmed, not just technically, but emotionally. "Because I love Teriah. I love what they stand for. And I don't know if they survive this." Asked if fans should prepare for a breakup, Grimes was heartbreakingly honest, "I think they should prepare for heartbreak. Whether it ends in separation or not, they're going to be changed." Kate Fairbanks, "Tessa is in shock." Kate Fairbanks, who plays Tessa, also weighed in, confirming that Tessa doesn't discover the truth gradually. "It hits like a wrecking ball. It's not something Mariah tells her," Fairbanks reveals. "It's something she learns, and it feels like betrayal. Not because of the secret itself, but because of the silence." Tessa, who has long seen Mariah as her anchor, now faces a reality where the person she trusted most has a whole chapter of life she hid. "That's a devastating thing," Fairbanks adds. "Because they built everything on honesty. And suddenly, the foundation cracks." Is this the end of Teriah? Not necessarily. Y and our head writer Josh Griffith has confirmed that the show is not writing Teriah off, but rather, challenging them in a way that deepens the emotional stakes. "This is a test of identity, truth, and forgiveness," Griffith says. "It's not about breaking up Teriah. It's about finding out what they're really made of." Still, the road ahead won't be easy. Insiders hint at a separation, with Mariah moving out temporarily, and scenes involving both women seeking advice from unlikely characters, Sharon, Nick, Devon, and even Adam, as they navigate the emotional aftermath. Fans react, "This hurts. But it's real." As news of the secret spreads, fans are processing the twist with a mix of heartbreak and admiration. One viral post read, "Teriah is going through hell. But it's honest storytelling. Parenthood is complex. Trauma doesn't just vanish. I hate this, and I love this." Another fan shared, "Mariah having a secret child makes so much sense. But if Tessa leaves her, I don't know how I'll recover." Some are hopeful that this story could deepen their bond. "They've survived so much. Maybe this is what brings them to the next level," a fan theorized. What if that child is still out there, and Tessa ends up helping Mariah find them? What happens next? According to upcoming spoilers and episode summaries, viewers can expect the following in the coming weeks. Tessa discovers a hidden journal from Mariah's past, revealing cryptic references to "the one I lost." Sharon confronts Mariah, asking if she's ever told Tessa everything. Arya falls ill, sending both women into a panic, and forcing Mariah to face why she fears loss so deeply. Flashbacks to Mariah's teen years will begin airing in a special, past and present episode, including a new actress cast as a younger Mariah. A mysterious woman appears, claiming to be a social worker looking for Mariah Copeland. Some speculate she may be tied to Mariah's lost child. Now an adult, could Teriah become a family of 4? The writers have teased that the season's endgame could involve a stunning addition to the Teriah household, but it may not happen the way fans expect. One theory suggests that Mariah's lost child is now a young adult, perhaps even over the last year. Eleanor, the barista who bonded quickly with Sharon and Leo, the social media manager at Chancellor Winters. Jordan's niece, who vanished off-screen months ago but was never killed off. If one of them turns out to be Mariah's biological child, Teriah's future could shift from collapse to a totally unexpected reunion arc. Final thoughts, the breaking point, or a new beginning? No matter how the story unfolds, one thing is clear: The Young and the Restless isn't afraid to challenge one of its most beloved couples. And in doing so, it's giving fans a raw, honest look at what happens when love is tested by the very things we thought we buried. As Cameron Grimes so eloquently put it, Mariah and Tessa love each other. That's never been the question. The question is, what do you do when the truth comes too late? With tears, tension, and possibly a path to redemption, Teriah stands at a crossroads. For now, everything is falling apart, but in Genoa City, that's usually where healing begins.